So really pleasant campsite, but less than restful night somehow. At least I didn't have to worry about the tent breaking. It was windy off and on, but not too bad. It is also really, really nice to be back in an area where I don't have to use the fly every night. I can just like look up at the stars. So while I only did 12 miles yesterday, and that did include, a mile or two off trail to go to Pena Spring, and also we benchmark, I did do 4,000 feet of gain with a really heavy pack, so I guess that's not too bad. This morning I've got about 5 miles, and then some nice folks are going to come meet me out on the side of the road, top off my water and a couple other things. And then next cool thing I'm going to be hitting is in another day I should cross the PCT, so looking forward to maybe running into some PCTers for the current year. That's always fun. And then Lake C is my next resupply and water stop. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be having these foot issues if I'd managed to keep it to 15 miles instead of 23 and 20 the first couple of days. You would be amazed how quickly the calluses die down after a long hike. Being off trail just 3 months last time was enough to completely reset them. Seems like they grind off in the sand when I'm out diving. So mostly my issues are just, normal blisters in the normal spots. This particular pair of shoes is creasing right here. It's different with every pair of shoes, and that's been causing me issues the last couple of trips. I tried putting some of this climber's tape on it, see if I can prevent the issue, but otherwise just got to keep bandaging it. So this Nemo Hornet 2-person has now survived the PCT, the ECT, and the trips before that I was solo. I'm really hoping it holds up for at least until the CDT. I was thinking I'd replace it for the CDT because it's starting to get runs in the mesh and some holes in the bottom that are starting to add up. But now there's a shortage of everything, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find one. How long gear lasts is one of those interesting little factoids because it really depends, because not everybody out here is putting the same wear on it. There were people on the AT last year who spent less than half the nights on the trail, meaning their stuff got a lot less impact, versus mine has been, stealth camping all in Canada and everything, which was not on dirt, it was more on vegetation, so it got a lot more holes. I absolutely love my ULA Catalyst. It has faded in the sun, but I can hardly complain with all the sun. Unfortunately, it looks like they're no longer going to offer the neon colors because of me. Damn it. For the record, I absolutely love this pack, and I would buy the exact same thing in a heartbeat. Other than a little sun fading, it's held up really well to a whole hell of a lot of abuse. And every interaction I've had with ULA has been really awesome. It's just, unfortunately, if they're not going to be offering these neon colors, I've got to kind of stretch it until they find something that can hold neon under the sun a little better. Because, again, this pack is just awesome colors. If anybody had tried to steal it last year, half the AT would have been, hey, that's Masochist pack. What the hell are you doing with it? So I am down to just a couple of liters of water, so my pack is feeling much more reasonable. Got about 2 days of food with me. I've actually got full LTE back here. I think that's a cell tower on that far ridge. So this area apparently burned a couple of years ago. There was a note about the spring saying that it was sooty and ashy. So it's easy to tell where the spring is just with the vegetation, but as far as where flowing water is, that can be a little harder. I'm gonna have to pick up that road over there here in a minute. Okay, note to self, a lot of that vegetation, see that kind of brownish branches? Big, big thorns. Ouch. I never did find any running water at that spring, but I'm also in a little bit of a hurry, so I didn't have much time to dig around in the bushes. So if I didn't have water waiting for me up this road ahead, or if I didn't have enough to get to Lake C in another day or two, I am just a bit up the road from Scissors Crossing, where there is a massive PCT water cache. And that would be the 78. That truck is currently headed towards Scissor Crossing near Julian. So that truck is from two awesome people who came out to meet me. One of them is getting ready for the PCT, and the other is his wife/support. I've just been hanging out with them for a couple of hours, eating pie and coffee and drinking water. That person is a crazy person in a van. So we were sitting there talking, having a grand old time, and this lady came up and asked us to stop grabbing her energy or using up her energy. I had no idea what was going on there, but when we told her, I'm just a hiker and I'll be moving on here in a little bit, she said that I needed to be more truthful. Nothing like crazy people in $100,000 plus vans, huh? It's not like there's a shortage of sun out here, so we couldn't have been blocking our solar. I have been accused of being a little bit loud sometimes, but you know, she's in a van, could have rolled out of here. No idea what was going on there. My pack is now topped off with water, which is heavier than I want to carry, but again, I want to have flexibility, not to have to rush. I'm at about mile 56. At mile 83, there is a lake with a spigot, and that's my next food resupply. Nothing like a 3-hour pie, water, and chatting break to put a little spring in my step for this next hill. I really love solo hiking, but I also really love visiting with people. So stuff like this is the best of both worlds. Visit with people, and then I get my solo camp at the end of the day. I want to rehab my feet and other issues a little bit, so I'll probably do about 10 miles. Plan to hit the PCT tomorrow. Hopefully take a break and chat with people going by the junction, and then get to Lake C later in the day. The store is only open 11 to 5, and I need to buy some ramen and snacks to get me through to the next spot. Okay, just when I start to think I would have been able to drive through this entire canyon. There is a reason why most people do this over like New Year's. This is the second deadfall bypass, so this trail has been maintained. All the signs are California riding and hiking trail, though. I haven't seen a single mention of the San Diego Trans-County Trail. Okay, welcome to Earthquake Valley. I just have a quick hop across one of those passes over there. I'm gonna try and get on the other side and find a quiet place to camp tonight. It is a warm day and I'm doing more than fine on mileage, so I'm gonna wait till it's a little bit cooler here. 2 more hours till sunset, and it is a much more pleasant temperature now. This has been a really nice day going across the flats. Lovely cholla garden and all. This is Foot and Walker Pass. Seems to have a couple of trails and old Jeep roads going through it. Unfortunately, in the next valley, I'm gonna kind of be close to the road. So I'm gonna have to get creative for where I set up a camp. Okay, and onward to Blair Valley. There are vans and campers all over the place here. Might not be so easy to find a place to camp. The background noise around here from all the bugs is actually enough to overwhelm my tinnitus, so it's kind of nice being here. It's 7 o'clock and it's really, really nice out here, but I don't want to jinx myself. I think I've rehabbed my foot issue a bit, so hopefully I'm over the hump. So I think this little patch right here is going to be home sweet home for the night. I'm far enough away. There are people camped all over the place, so if I go any further, I'm seeing cars lined up. Today was a much better day.